The number of shootings are growing in Chicago, especially quickly in recent years. The lion's share of them occurred in the area known as South Side, the southern part of the city.
Don't forget.
This evening, a couple of guys are going to take me out and show me what a drive-by shooting
You
is.
even know what they're saying.
We're gonna mess them all up. That's right.
Armed to the teeth with firearms, they patrol their area to protect against other gangs.
Shout out Stas. You shut up. No vote.
We've gone deep into the area. We're now in the trenches.
Yeah, I
Chill.
guess.
But where are we going with this weapon?
It's good.
The guys who drive around the area with their cars demonstrate their guns and their readiness to use them if provoked. What do you have there? Is that a
Go
Kalashnikov?
on, show him, man. Hey, bro, where you from, though?
I'm from Russia.
Ah, from Russia. Well,
Do you
okay.
know
This
where
thing's
Russia
from
is?
Russia, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm asking if it's Russian or Kalashnikov.
Check this out, bro. Maybe this one's also from Russia.
No, it's not from
That's
Russia,
so
it's
cool,
American.
though.
But hey, where do you get them? I mean, where do you buy your guns?
Nigga just pass from one to another, you know? It's easy to get that shit here.
Very easy, bro.
Sometimes they full of bodies. You know what I mean? You just take them out and that's it. Guns are always there, mysteriously.
Suddenly, a car in the distance started driving closer
Everything
and they
will be
told me to
fine.
go away.
You just stay back and
stay
everything
back,
will be
white boy.
fine. Stay right
whoa,
there.
Whoa, whoa. Drive-by shootings in these areas are almost weekly occurrences. Gang members fly into rivals' houses, shoot everyone that is in sight, and quickly drive away again.
In Southside, it looks like a war zone, a barrage of bullets and a flash of gunfire. It's a drive-by shooting at night.
This has been a stressful evening. They all have guns and they look at every car with suspicion. Like someone might shoot them.
Hey, man, I have a tattoo on my neck and it means I'm from this area. There's numbers 2073, right from this area.
Can you come here? I can't see.
Yeah, look, there's no light here.
It turns
Yeah,
out
you
this
see
guy has a
2073.
street number tattooed around his neck. He says he wants to protect it from
When
strangers.
people from my neighborhood see it, they know I'm gonna stand behind it.
How often do shootings happen here?
All the time. Come on, let's move on. Hey, let's go.
Yeah, it's reaction, man. Shootouts are normal. Someone dies in the streets all the time.
Shootings are normal.
Around here, they are.
Aren't you scared? You're walking around and someone could drive up and shoot you right in the street one day.
One day.
It happens in every city, bro. There's no need to be afraid here. It's fate. Can't be afraid here.
The way that I ball, I should've played for the Big Ten when I touched stage, but they packed in.
How old were you when you first picked up a real pistol?
When I started using guns,
Yes,
I was about 13.
at 13.
Yeah, 13.
And it was a real gun, not a toy or something.
A real gun? I picked up a gun when I was 13, and I fell in love with that shit.
Everyone here is like that.
And you? What was your age when you first touched a real pistol?
Like 11?
11. And how old were you?
Don't really play with guns.
So you don't play with guns?
Nah.
Guns are carried out in the open here. It is absolutely normal for people living in these areas to video chat or stream on social media with a gun in their hands. This is very normal for those who live here. I spent several days filming in different parts of South Chicago, and guns were all over the place all the time. One of those guys has a gun that prevents me from hanging up the microphone, and another one has a gun literally falling out of his pants. It looks kind of funny. There were so many people
need to turn
carrying
that
that in
off,
some
man.
places I was forbidden from filming. Not at the shooting? Okay. When everyone has got their guns, they drive around the city streets and in various states of intoxication. And on one of the trips from the south of the city to its center, I simply didn't expect that the guys I was driving with would take out their guns and start singing and dancing in the back seat. I think I can say it was the most extreme ride of my life.
Niggas trapped!
People do try to move out of these dangerous areas. Despite the fact that the price of real estate in Chicago is growing in general, there are a lot of empty houses left to rot.
Abandoned, these houses been abandoned my whole life. Who's gonna move in there? You know what I mean? I sure as hell wouldn't.
This
oh,
one's
yeah.
abandoned
no one
too,
lives
right?
there, man.
Baby, I'm gonna call you right back.
If a building is empty, can you just come and live there? I mean, for example, can people from outside move in, just occupy the property, or even if it's empty, can you move in there?
Depends on who you are and how you behave. You can move in and you can manage to change the locks, start paying the electricity and fucking gas out of your account, and that's it. Now the owner will have to pay you for it so you can't move out. And this kind of shit happens all the time. Look at these fucking Venezuelans. They often break in, change the locks, register the phone number in their name, and that's it. After this shit, you can't evict them.
I heard that the Venezuelans are now very influential here.
Nah.
Yes? They're taking over their territory?
Up and down.
Nah, you
Let's
heard
go
that
for a
wrong.
way.
They're not taking our
What?
territory.
No, they won't take it. No.
They're not
They ain't taking
influential
nothing
at all.
from us.
They're only influential in the
The whole
sense
street
that there
there is
are
them.
more
They ain't
of
taking
them.
our territory.
Nah, they didn't take anything. They just got more bodies down there.
I read an article where they said they want to take over our neighborhoods. Hey, any Venezuelans, listen
That's
up.
all. They're
If you want to bring a
influential.
fight here, you better think twice before coming over here. That's where I'm from. Build your motherfucking hotels. That wall, the one they're putting back down on the border, keep those motherfuckers out, and I will help them build that wall.
It been plenty time that I could've died. Lucky Sonny Slim got 100 lives. Not no.
We're rebuilding this place. We're gonna take this community back and kick out all the Venezuelans and Mexicans. Let them go.
These kinds of areas in America are called tranchements, in English, trenches. While the divisions are not entirely formal, here they are. The best areas of the city are called a neighborhood. In Slavic, this word translates as rayon. But if the residents are from a poor area, they would not call it that. They'd call it hood, and poorer still, ghetto. But trenches are a completely different matter. They are a poor area with many weapons and even more gangs. Chucky is leading me along the trenches of the Mexican quarter, where here too, every garage seems to resemble a military warehouse.
This way? Welcome to my office.
He asked that we do not show the faces of the people that we are going to see here, but look at what the guy pulls out of his pant leg. I didn't even see it. Whoa, what's up, bro?
What's up? Make yourself comfortable, bro.
Oh my god.
How do you like it? See that? Goes in there.
So it changes the action?
Well, yes.
And the second one? Is that real too?
Well, it's not a toy.
A toy, dude. That's funny.
I'm afraid this toy is mind-blowing.
Tell me, how do you get such a weapon? Where can you get it? I'm very interested in knowing.
I mean, there are a lot of places. If you know the right guy, it's really easy to get a gun in the USA.
But you gotta understand, in some areas around here, you can't do without one of those close at hand. If you wind up in Chicago without one of those, you're dead. You've gotta make sure to protect yourself. Even if you're not in a gang, even if you're just a regular person, you gotta have a gun because it's dangerous. You've gotta protect yourself.
But I was filming in the city center. I asked people if they felt any danger, and 90% of them told me that no, it wasn't dangerous at all.
Maybe she has it in her mind.
Excuse me, do you think Chicago is a safe city?
Yes. We've been here for about five days, and it seems very safe.
Yes.
It does. Yes, this is my first time here, and I will say I'll come again because it is very safe, very comfortable. It was very nice.
Do you think Chicago is a safe town?
Yes.
We're from Los Angeles.
Is Los Angeles a safe city?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's much safer.
Safer than here.
I think Los Angeles is safer.
Oh, yeah.
Safer than New York. Yeah.
I live in the center of Los Angeles. This is no comparison. I love my city, but it's cleaner here.
Well, the center is... You know what I mean? If you're in the center, you're far away. If you're in the center, you're probably a tourist. Or if you live in the center, you're really blessed and you're lucky. Or you have money.
You're out of
Unfortunately,
shit.
the thing is, many people here don't have enough money to be out of shit. So they have to live in a poor neighborhood, but they don't want to be part of a gang. And they need to be able to keep guns because there might be somebody who you get home, at like 3 o'clock in the morning from work and someone might want to rob you or they might want to, whatever the case is, You must defend yourself, or you can just be connected with someone. This here's my younger brother. Let's say he's not part of the gang or anything, but he's my younger brother. And like, if they want to fuck with you, look, it's easier if you can defend yourself,
How old were you when you
Answer the
joined
man's
gang?
questions.
I think I was 12 years old.
12 years old. Same as you?
Well, I was a little boy. But about then, yeah.
Why did you do that?
Why'd I join? I don't know. I was always by myself. I guess I wanted to get into something, you know? Like, I wanted to be a part of something, and I saw how guys hang out, and they hung out like bros, and I just wanted to be one of them. Some people don't have their adults, and they can't understand some things. I don't know, it seemed good. I wanted to hang out with guys, have fun. Like, I'm in a gang. I wanted to be like everyone else and have the same things.
Well, even look at ordinary people. In the same college, students also cluster together.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Everybody's part of a club. Saying you don't want it, bullshit. Everybody's a part of something.
Everybody wants to unite, you know?
Everybody wants to stand for something.
Stand for something or stand for nothing. Yeah.
Do you have something like a boss or a leader in your gang?
We had one before.
Yeah. Some gangs still have them, but some don't. We haven't had one for a while now, you know?
And if your boss tells you to go kill that guy, do you have to go and kill him?
Well, there are gangs where this kind of crap still exists. But that's like from some movie about the Chicago Mafia.
But there are not that many.
The people are young here, and they do whatever they want. They ain't taking orders from nobody else.
Nobody runs
Everybody's
the gangs
for their
anymore.
own. Nobody's giving you an order like that. Like, I command, everybody does their own thing. Young people don't care.
Do your parents know that you are in a gang?
Yeah, of course. My mom knows who her son is. She knows about everything. Just everything. My mom has always been my best friend. You know, I always share everything with her. It wasn't always like that, but now I tell my mom everything that's going on.
There are things parents can't save you from.
Yeah. My mom tried to get me off the street. I never wanted to be a boy that lived on the street.
Can you remember the first day you said to your mom, Mom, I'm a gang member?
Oh, I never told her. It wasn't anything like that. She just knew, like, you know, she just knew already. Like, when I got my face tattoos and the tattoo on my neck, you know.
Or after the initiation, you're beaten and mom sees you.
Well, actually, you know, just my mom was in touch with everybody in the neighborhood. You know how everybody knows everybody? Yes, she found out from the other woman. Like they probably said, do you know what your son is doing? Or your son is using guns and beating people up, you know? Your son is in a gang and that gang is hurting people, you know? So that's how she found out, you know? When she found out about it, shit, I was like...
Tell the guy how she reacted.
She threw me out. She threw me out of the house. She didn't want a street thug in her house. She told me to find a job. Said if I wanted to be a thug, so yeah. She told me to go and get a job or I'd stay on the street, you know? And then she called me and said, at least come home, you know? Be at home. Boom.
This life is part of the Chicago culture, right? It's sort of like, you know, what's gonna happen. You know what's going on. When you start seeing all those changes in your son, what do? You pat him on the back, tell him to be careful and take care of himself. There ain't much I can do.
You be in the trenches down south, and you got some stuff on you, and you have to go to the bathroom. You need someone to go with you to the bathroom to watch your back for real, though.
Do the police come here?
All the time, shit, but hey, they don't stop nothing, man. Nobody gives a shit about the police, you know? Police cause all of the problems. Instead of solving all the problems, they gotta solve it for real, you know?
I heard that sometimes police, they see some small crimes but do nothing because they don't want to.
The police can't do shit. There's nothing they can do. If you ask me, it's just some show. I haven't seen that YouTube video and those shorties in the hot car flown right past the police, hanging out all them windows. They did not chase them. They did not chase them.
In all fairness, though, American police sometimes do not pursue violators in cars because such pursuits often cause more danger than the crime itself. Chasing a car down through a neighborhood or down a public street is just too dangerous to both the public and the police. Here's a resourceful car thief taking something out of the window, and it's not immediately clear that it is a powerful searchlight, and the blinded policeman has to give up the chase or risk crashing. Americans love to watch car chases, and they are broadcast live on many televisions. It's almost a pastime, like football. The highest rated chase in history was the chase that followed the very famous SUV chase of O.J. Simpson, and it was watched live all across
American
the country.
athlete and
It was watched
actor
by
who killed his
94
wife and
million
lover.
people, and this may be the smartest car thief in U.S. history. Just look at what he does. Police are chasing a black Jaguar.
with a speed of up to 186 miles per hour. Depending on the configuration done on this car, that's how fast it can go. It's a powerful mate.
Here, they thought the Jaguar got trapped at a packed traffic light, but the hijacker squeezes through several lanes of traffic with no problem. He pushed through and went under the bridge. Then, he comes out the other side fine. It seems the criminal only realized that he was doomed and slows down to a minimum speed to surrender. But when the policeman runs up and opens the door, there is no criminal inside. It seems the thief deceived everyone and jumped out of the car under the bridge. And now that is one smooth criminal.
There's a lot. It's right is what it is. Police don't got time for that shit, man, you know? They won't chase down some small-time nigga with a gun.
I filmed on Southside, and the guys I met down there told me this. They said that sometimes they can even do something illegal, and the officer can see it, but then he won't even chase them for it. He won't even get out of the car because he understands that he can't do anything about what he is seeing. It's as if there's no point.
It depends on the circumstances. A lot of the time, yeah, that's the case. It's frustrating. For sure, it's frustrating for the officers because they want to be able to do their job. They want to be able to approach. You want officers to be able to do proactive policing. Unfortunately, proactive policing has been restricted so much that it makes it extremely difficult for them to do anything.
The number of murders in Chicago was decreasing in the 2000s and 2010s, but since 2016, it has increased again and returned to the levels of the 90s, about 600 to 700 people per year. It is about the same as in Mexico, only the population of the Mexican capital is 10 times larger. That is, in Chicago, the chances of being killed is about 10 times higher. In the Colombian Medellin, which has a similar population and is considered the drug trafficking capital of the entire world, the number of murders is half that of Chicago. Can you explain to me why is there so much violence here? I mean, we're in the USA, we're not in Afghanistan, we're not in El Salvador, we're in the United States. Why should there be violence here? I just don't understand.
Man, you know, I feel like if there's more programs, you know, school programs, more things like like me, dude, could do. You know, like we need more guidance for the younger generation from the older generation, you know? They should talk to the young guys more and give them guidance. Like, talk to them, like, how to act. Like, you know, it's like, that's the most fucked up. Ask an elder. It's not an old guy that they're messing shit up. It's the young people. All of the gangs, all the violence, the fighting. It's the teenagers with nothing to do. Some of these guys are 17, 15, 16, you know?
But we are in the USA, the most richest country in the entire world. The country of opportunities.
It's just how it is, you know what I mean? You can't really too much explain that shit.
In poor countries, people don't have other choices. There is no other choice but to join a gang, to make money, to try and live a good life. But here, you live in a country of opportunities. You live in a country where you can earn money in any place at all. Why do you join a gang, though?
It's not even about joining a gang. If a less fortunate person isn't in a gang, but he lives in a poor area, they say... So it's like this. Here on the south side of Chicago, it's like a lot of people make these decisions, and like it don't matter if they're not in a gang. There are those guys that get locked up for robbery, whatever the fuck. Why? Because we are hungry.
What do you mean?
People are hungry.
What do you mean by hungry? You live in the richest country in the world.
Opportunities. It's more like, I don't know, how do I explain it?
Some people are just proud that they are members of a gang. They deliberately demonstrate weapons, and so on.
Sometimes they're proud of this because they don't understand. The ones who really understand, it's like, I can only speak for myself.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat.
Don't let this music influence you. Don't let the social media influence you. Your friends can do what they do, but it's like, do what you want to do. What makes you happy? Well, what do you want to do with your life? Do you have more plans? If you do, shit, shout out to you. Take that on. Take advantage of that. A lot of us come from families, especially Hispanics. They don't come from families that their parents are dead. They risked a lot to just be here, scraping by for money, Some of them even work all day, so they don't know what you look like even though you were on their knee because they at work trying to provide for you. And you out here kind of stabbing them in the back because you're not being good at all, because you feel like you're bored in the house, you know? You feel like you want to go out with your friends, which is cool, but it's like, get yourself good friends. Do something good with them.
But many guys, like you guys, they show their guns on Instagram.
You saw mine. You saw it.
I don't show my guns on
yes.
Instagram. Do I have any gangster stuff?
No,
I
you
don't. Why? Because I'm not a gangbanger on Instagram.
How much does a policeman earn here, if it's not a secret?
So, no, it's not a secret. It's public record. I'm not sure what they start at now, but I would say, if I had to guess, I'd say probably maybe $50,000 per year. It's the starting pay. And you get, they call it step raises. So every 5 months, they started off at, I think it's 5 months, and then it goes every year. Then they get a raise. So within 5 years, from the time they started, you're looking at around something like 80,000.
The salaries of all policemen are rarely published only to the public. And after 30 years of service, an ordinary employee can earn $120,000 a year. That works out to $10,000 a month. It's interesting that with the growth of the rank, the salaries are getting better. Even the gap between ordinary employees and the bosses is very slight. For example, the captain of the police is the highest ranked police position in the entire city. And after 30 years of service, he does not receive $10,000, but only $14,000 a month.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it before taxes or after taxes?
Before taxes. Yeah.
Before taxes.
Uncle Sam.
How much
gets
is left after taxes?
Sure.
Is it difficult to work out?
So, no, on average, I think it's usually about 30% between state and federal taxes. And then there's also Social Security you need to pay. So, yeah, about 30% of it is taken away. So, if somebody's making $100,000 a year, then $70,000, would be what they have.
And pay mortgage if you buy a house?
Yes, there's a mortgage, and mortgage for the average house in Chicago is probably maybe $2,500 to $3,000 a month, but that depends on how much you put down. But in the middle there, they'll start at $3,000 a month.
Till I die, I'm not afraid of the casket. I'm on the run, I'm chasing the thrills. I'm hungry, I'm starving, I lust for the meal. Lady, I do like the bills.
What do you think these people in these one-story houses, how much money do you think they earn in this area on average?
I think probably like $2,000 a month.
Oh,
little more.
Is that $2,000 before or
that.
after taxes?
After.
And how much do you have to pay for rent?
The rent of a house like this, they run probably like $1,500 to $2,000 a month. $1,500 a month.
That much?
Yeah.
$1,500 a month?
Yeah.
That is, they earn $2,000 a month and give $1,500 to rent. There's only $500 left in their pockets.
Sounds about right. Sometimes it's different. You got social aid. You got people on social aid. You got some people who got mortgages, they're paying $700 or $800 a month,